Joining us now is Emily. She is a registered nurse in Denver, one of the cities to feel effects from the pandemic badly. In fact, the whole state of Colorado just locked down last night. She has spent the last 7 years in the ICU, and now her job looks incredibly different. Emily, thank you for talking to us. Thank you for being a nurse. Thank you for what you do. We wanted to paint a very clear picture. What exactly are healthcare workers experiencing? So just describe it and paint that picture. What's it like being on the front lines of this pandemic?
Being in the intensive care unit, I normally have 2 patients, and it can get crazy and busy, but normally we know what's going on. I'm there to make sure they're safe and they're getting better. With this, because it is such a new virus, we aren't always sure that what we're doing is the right thing and if they're getting better. And that is extremely stressful. On top of that, we don't have the appropriate protection. So we're running out of masks, or we're reusing them when they're really just a one-time use type of item. And that just makes the whole situation so much more overwhelming.
Wow, talk about scary. Now, U.S. hospitals are not at Italy levels, right, quite yet, but we are not far behind, and I want people to know that. For you, Emily, what does the worst case scenario that we keep hearing about, what does that look like for a hospital and for the workers?
Worst case scenario would be Italy at this point. I mean, they are having to decide who gets treatment and who doesn't, and that might look like your 80-year-old father comes in positive and your 30-year-old daughter comes in positive. And if they only have one ventilator between the two of them, they have to choose who they think deserves treatment. And that is not a decision we ever want to make. But when you think about it, maybe the 30-year-old has more life, and maybe the 30-year-old can heal quicker. And so they'll use the ventilator for less time than the 80-year-old would. And these are the decisions they're making in Italy. And that is what I am terrified it's going to come down to.
And when you say who gets treatment, you really mean who lives and who dies. I mean, that's what we're talking about. Wow.
Yes.
Before we let you go, I want to know the best way we can help you and our local health care workers. What do you guys need desperately?
We need people to stay home. I know that it's not fun. I know that it gets boring, but think of the virus like a burning building.
Okay.
So firefighters are fighting this building. You would not run into the building and make them have more people to rescue. And that's the situation here. When you go outside, when you don't really follow the laws that are being set in place about social distancing, you're giving us more patients to take care of, and you're overwhelming the system. And we want to be able to save everybody. Of course, my God, that's what we're here for. But the reality is it may not be that way soon.
Wow, what a great analogy. I totally understand that. And I think that paints a picture. I want to thank you for sharing your story, for what you're doing. It's important for everyone to understand what our healthcare workers are going through. There's a quote I want to give you that's going around that says, "Not all superheroes wear capes. A whole dedicated bunch of them wear scrubs." I want to thank you again. Now I'm going to go cry. Emily, every time I do this, I cry. Emily, again, we just want to let you know from our heart, all of us, light and love to you, and all the protection we can give you. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks.